Hello, welcome to a Sentinel review of the Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown for PS4. I'm playing this on the PS5 as a backward compatible title. This title has been a surprise edition for PS Plus members. It is a late addition to the library, but does this game hold up? From the original Virtua Fighter, we have the main man, Akira Yuki. Next, we have Pai Chan from Hong Kong and her evil father, Bao Chan. Pro wrestler Wolf and Jeffrey McWild. The mysterious ninja, Kagemaru, and the siblings, Sarah and Jackie Bryant. From Virtua Fighter 2, we have Shun-Di and Lion. From Virtua Fighter 3, we have Aoi and the sumo wrestler Taka. From the Virtua Fighter 4 series, we have the tough Vanessa Lewis, Lei Fei, the kickboxer Brad Burns, and Go. Lastly, from the Virtua Fighter 5 series, we have the other wrestler El Blaze, Eileen, and the final edition Jean. Now when I play a fighting game, I begin with free training. I select a character, in this case Jackie, in a stage. Then I start practicing my basic moves, offensive moves, specials, combos, till it becomes second nature. It would be very handy to have a tablet or smartphone nearby with a move list. If you want, you can go with the tutorials. It is very detailed and tedious. You need to complete the given instructions and it will assign you to various scenarios when fighting. This is for the very serious Virtua Fighter gamer, if you want to know the mechanics inside and out. For the costumes, the bundle I bought have the legendary costumes from the original Virtua Fighter. Here we have Kage's costumes and some alternate ones as well. Another example is Jackie. Again, here are the original Virtua Fighter costumes and some alternate costumes. There are other DLCs for the Yakuza and Tekken costumes. Now let me see if the moves that I am familiar with are still present in this game. I'll be using Kage and Jackie, two of my favorite characters to use. Controls of the game differs from Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. You are given 3 buttons for guard, punch, and kick, but the combinations of these buttons give another level of complexity with the controls. In my play, it only took me a few hours to know the basic moves and controls, and then I was able to complete the arcade mode. My training for the Virtua Fighter series began with Virtua Fighter 2, and I am not surprised they mostly retain the same controls for Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the saying goes. You can press punch and guard for throws, punch, kick, guard, guard, kick, roll forward, and double back for sudden movements. In my opinion, Akira is one of the more complex but effective characters to use. If you have the skill to perform his movesets, Akira is tough and might as well be the final boss of the game. Jurel, who is the mother of Kagemaru, is the final boss of the series. She reminds me so much of the T-1000 from the Terminator series, but in her own cool way. Her movesets combine the best moves of other Virtua Fighter characters. You only get 2 to 3 rounds with Jurel, and there is no continue. Now what are my thoughts after playing this game for a while? It has been a very long time since the original Virtua Fighter 5 was released. For full disclosure, I am a big fan of the old school Sega during the 90s, when Sega was still in the console business and of course the arcades. My first encounter with a Virtua Fighter game was Virtua Fighter 2 on the arcades and then on the Sega Saturn. From that point on, I consider myself to be a fan of this series till now. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown is simply the modern remaster of the original Virtua Fighter 5 from the arcades. The graphics are upgraded to modern standards, and I'm so glad AM2 and Ryuga Gotoku Studio handled this game. Of course, we see many graphical similarities to the Yakuza series by Sega, and a Yakuza costume DLC was later added for this game. To be honest, I kept low expectations. It has been a long time since Virtua Fighter hit the scene due to various factors, but I am glad Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown has managed to not disappoint. The graphics look sharp and appealing for old fans like me. I would dare say this game is on par with the modern fighting games like Tekken 7, Dead or Alive 6, and Soul Calibur 6. The cast of this fighting game includes everyone from Virtua Fighter 1 to 5. I prefer the original cast from Virtua Fighter 1 and 2. The newer characters that appeared in Virtua Fighter 3, 4, and 5 for some reason does not appeal much to me, though they are there to add variety and evolve the game. Each character is unique and has their own fighting style, combos, and movesets. Again, this is my preference. For the sound, the bundle I bought includes all Virtua Fighter soundtrack, from the original Virtua Fighter till the latest version of Virtua Fighter 5. All the Bear soundtracks are present in this game. For my gameplay, I stuck with the arcade mode. I knew that playing online won't be a smooth experience due to the obvious lag. Other gamers reported that Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown was not utilizing rollback netcode. Yet the experience of playing online can remain decent, but with a few hiccups. I just play with a computer AI in arcade mode and local versus mode. My feelings for the game is that this game won't appeal to the newer generation of gamers. There is a learning curve to this game. Fighting games in modern times are not as popular as in the 90s. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown will always appeal to older gamers like me who went to the arcades and owned Sega consoles. I would dare say that to Sega fans, this game will always be relevant and hold a lot of weight. The Virtua Fighter series will always be remembered as a pioneer. From 3D graphics, presentation, motion capture, texture mapping, and fighting character customization, the Virtua Fighter series will always be in the upper echelon of not just fighting games, but to all video games in general. Playing Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown in modern consoles is a good surprise and a reminder of the glory days of Sega and its arcade roots. Simply put, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown is a flagship title of Sega, and the Virtua Fighter series is a flagship series of Sega.